Do you think
They're
the
not
name
bringing
of it is a little
solutions.
misleading? Because the only thing is the Congressional Budget Office says it would have a negligible effect on inflation, although it did lower prices, and I agree those are all good things. Does it really affect?
It does. I will point you to 126 economists who have said this is going to be a change maker. It's going to have effect on inflation.
Number 3. I don't like to brag about the expensive places I've been, but night before last, I went to the grocery store. Inflation is gutting the American people like a fish. Now, we know what our Federal Reserve is doing on the monetary side. I want to ask you what you think we should do, we meaning the federal government, on the fiscal side. And I want to start, if you could just give me direct answers, because I only have about a minute and a quarter. Ms. Fraser. Tell me what you think we should do on the fiscal side to help curtail inflation.
There is a considerable amount of savings still in the system. We don't believe that we need more additional stimulus being put through into the economy, and therefore making sure that we're supporting those that are suffering from the high prices and from what's likely to be a very challenging year ahead, that support is directed to them.
Mr. Dimon?
Yeah, I think a little less fiscal spending would be good because we had 30% of GDP spent over a 2-year period, which is literally unprecedented. But I also think in the supply side, taxation, immigration, regulation, healthcare, infrastructure, this permitting bill, if you did some of those things, you will help grow the economy, which will reduce inflation.
Would a tax cut be out of the question for you?
I think I'd say calibrate taxes so that you create more growth.
How about get a little government off the backs of the American people in terms of regulation?
That would be helpful, I think, particularly for small business. I don't want to sit here and complain about big companies, but I urge everyone to take 10 small businesses out to lunch and ask them what it's like to live through federal, state, and local regulations, even if they have one store. And that could help a lot.
Capitalism has done more to lift people out of poverty than all the social programs put together. The poverty rate in our country is 3%. Now, the Census Bureau would tell you it's 12%. But the Census Bureau only counts cash payments, not in-kind payments. The Census Bureau doesn't count Medicaid. It doesn't count food stamps. It doesn't count the Earned Income Tax Credit. If you count all of those programs, our poverty rate is 3%. And that money didn't just to help our neighbors who are less fortunate than we are, did not come from leprechauns. It came from the American people and their generosity. And they have that money because of capitalism. Number 2, you will never win, never, the uber woke sweepstakes. I understand that the pressure to run that race is fierce. You will never win it. Nothing you do will ever be enough. The uber woke people in positions of power in this town think America was evil when it was founded, and it's even more evil today. You're not going to convince them otherwise. I believe that you're not free if you can't say what you think. I encourage you to do that. I believe that you're not free if you can't express yourself. You have your opinion. Be candid. Don't try to win the uber woke sweeps.
I want to join Senator Kennedy in this admonition. Please resist the impulse to respond to the very loud noise in your left ears. I'm happy to be the loud noise in your right ear. When it comes to, to being one of the cool crowd, I know the pressure that you feel, and I'm sorry that sometimes those of us on the conservative side aren't as activist oriented, but I want to help you.